I'm going to talk about your intuition, my intuition. We all have intuition. Right. Intuition is very important, very awesome also. And I'm going to add some extra information about your intuition, something you don't know because no one ever told you. So please watch. Thank you very much. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Unfathomable of Spirituality. Why unfathomable? Because spirituality is unfathomable. You have to. It's a lot of things are unknown about spirituality. So I try to make it understandable for a lot of people. A lot of people come in this spiritual awakening and experience a lot of things on base of spirituality. There are 3 reasons about the intuition, and that's the first one is I think also I have something new to add. And the world is changing constantly, and also the things we learn about cases like intuition. I'm going to add something new. I think it's new. Maybe someone else that will see my video will say, oh my god, I knew that a long time ago, and maybe they have something to add also. But well, do it in the comment box. I would love to hear about it. And the second thing is because it's very important, it's your navigation in life. And yes, you can have a warning. It's going to put you in the right direction in your life. It brings solutions, wisdom, etc. You can see beyond the veil. If you're really good in touch with your intuition, you can see beyond what you are looking at. And we all have this intuition, but a lot of us are not aware. So I want to help out by how to listen to your intuition. Yes? It can give you, and that's the very most important thing, it can give you shortcuts in life. So those are my 3 reasons why I talk about intuition now. Yeah, follow the next step. Well, I have a nice example about taking shortcuts in your life with following your intuition. And I was catching a train once to go to a friend, and it was 90 minutes travel. And I was late again, and I was in a hurry to get it. And so I saw the train on the platform and I jumped in it, and then the next thing I know, the train was leaving, and the next thing I know, I was looking at the platform and at the direction board, and I saw, oh my god, I have the wrong train. So I was lightly getting into panic. So I was going like, okay, now this is a moment to keep calm. So I sat down and I was thinking and to get myself calm. So, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. And the next thing I thought was, hey, what did I see on that board? I thought in the quick eye I had on that board that it was going to take me for 30 minutes to come on the place of the destination within 30 minutes. And I was very flabbergasted. I thought, my god, how is that possible then? This happened because I thought this is going to be a disaster, and the next thing you know, it was a happy jump. So I was very pleased, and that's what intuition also does. You don't think, and that's the better way. As long as you don't think about it, it will make you it will bring you wherever you want to be. And this is not always the case, because I have another experience where I jumped, and that was a very, very wrong jump, but it's not a jump. Not so good jump. But with this other jump, what I'm not going to tell you all about because it's going to be long, but before you think, oh my God, intuition can make you also jump the wrong jump. It's also that I was thinking with that jump. Going to think with when your intuition wants to interfere, it doesn't go so very well. And I had that experience because I was a little girl, had little legs, and there was a pool, a bigger pool before the front door, and there was a smaller pool, a little bit aside of it. And as a little girl, you choose little puddles. Yes, yeah, I said pool, but it's a puddle. It was raining and I couldn't see that good, and I jumped into the little puddle, and it was very deep because it was a well. So everything went okay because I could grab myself on the well. And later on, my aunt came and she pulled me out, so everything had a happy ending. But to know, you start thinking, then everything seems to go wrong. Follow your gut. The definition of intuition. Yes. But Albert Einstein says the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Intuition from the dictionary. From the dictionary, yes. Intuition, sixth sense, a way of knowing that is not based on knowledge or experience and linear reasoning. Right? Intuition, inspiration, inner knowing. That was number 2. Number 3, as if led with inspiration by secret force. And number 4, ability with which one can sense things without reason. Number 5, one can see through behind the veils. Not through, but no, maybe behind the veils. Intuition work. Well, I have it in a nutshell, but there is more to intuition, but it works spontaneously. It has an inner voice. It can have an inner voice or an inner feeling, a gut feeling. And the gut feeling, we all have that. You feel something weird in your gut that says, something is wrong, Or it is also always without thinking it over. So that's corresponding with the spontaneous act, and it can also be like an inspiration. You got an idea or something, a thought that says, okay, I'm going to do this, and then you do it. And it can also be a strong lead, that you feel like a drive going to go somewhere. You take a different road. You always go straight ahead, but this time you make a choice to go left. Something like that. Spontaneously. You say, okay, I'll take a different way home. Yeah. Then we got that the sixth sense is part of other 5 senses we have. It's a little bit kindergarten work to simplify it, but right, and then we have this third eye with the sixth sense. Yes, and that's an etherical organ related with an inner body part, and that inner body part is the pituitary gland. There you have it. These senses, have their own specific impulses. The stimulus comes from an external experience, what you see, hear, feel, smell, or taste. This is conducted internally through the nerve system and pathways to the brain. Yeah, then you know how to talk, and then you know whatever. You translate things in your head, in your brain. And at the sixth sense, these stimuli arise from inner experiences within, in which in turn are guided from divine higher frequencies, believe it or not. Then I thought I'm going to ask a question, and I channeled it a little bit. So then I asked, can you ask your intuition questions? So I channeled something, but that channeling was not with my intuition, but that was with my higher self, right? So it says no. So I was very surprised myself, but there is a big difference with whom you're talking, with your inner world. You can also talk to yourself just like that, because you're lonely or something. Well, that's going to be very complicated now, but intuition, you can't ask questions to your intuition. You can ask questions to your higher self or your spiritual guide, or that sort of things, but it's not your intuition, right? What controls intuition? That is what I ask my higher self also, and it says that it's an exclusive thing for everyone apart, and it's a divine high frequency that is linked to our life energy, and it's an exclusive thing. So everyone has a different set of divine frequencies. Can we develop our intuition? What can we do to develop it? Well, I told you already that the sixth sense has this third eye that has this connection and has to communicate or cooperate with the pituitary gland. So that's a very, very important thing with the development. If the pituitary gland is not activated, then there is problem in the receiving of your intuition. So the five senses have an inner and outer organ, and they must work together as a function of unity. So the sixth sense, the third etherical organ eye, is related to the sixth energy center, and that's the sixth chakra, which activates the pituitary gland. So that has to be done. In order to have a good functioned intuition, this third eye should be open, so activated. Otherwise your intuition doesn't function so well, or not at all. So that's why some people are not good in touch with their sixth sense or their intuition. Then they never have maybe an experience on that way. But I don't think so, because a lot can also happen unconsciously. And what I say, if you don't think about it, it just happens. But nowadays, with this spiritual awakening, we become more aware of things. So this intuition is coming up more aware to us. Yeah, but if it's not good open, it's shut, or it's not working at all, then you can have headaches. That's a symptom you can feel. You might have nightmares, you have tired eyes, blindness, or just an out of focus awareness. I remembered, I have a nice story of myself again. I remember that I was going to an acupuncturist. She told me while I was laying on the table to receive my treatment, that she saw that my third eye was way too open. and she wanted to put a needle between my two eyes, yes, to close it down a little bit. And then I looked at her with my two eyes and I said, don't you dare. Because you know, when you shut off this thing, you shut off your navigation system or something like that. I thought, that's not a good idea to put there needles, you know. So this why people are not in touch with their intuition if it's shut. So I don't know where she got that idea to do that with me. So with this pituitary gland, the pituitary gland needs to be activated, and also the pituitary gland makes and secretes hormones, and those hormones are oxytocin and vasopressin. And oxytocin is a bonding hormone, and I love this hormone already because it's a chemical that produces elevated emotions. It causes your heart to swell with joy and love. I love this. And you become more forgiving, compassionate, you feel more whole, empathy, and these states, when those levels are beyond normal, you know, it shuts down survival centers. So the states of forgiving, compassionate, and wholeness, compassionate, to be compassionate and wholeness, those states are the beginning of unconditional love. Love it. You know, when those systems shut down because of the levels that are beyond normal with this oxytocin hormone, you have no fear, you have no sadness, you have no pain, anxiety, aggression, or anger. Or you get positive, you become in balance because you have no more fear, sadness, pain, anxiety, aggression, or anger. So more in balance, and you become more positive. Higher frequency is in your body, and that needs to be transported. And vasopressin will make sure that it's possible. It's making your body more water-based because that's important to process a greater frequency. So this higher frequency then will be translated in your cells. Your cells. So when this vasopressin level goes up in the body, it creates a more stable thyroid gland, and this will positively affect the thymus, and that's a defense mechanism for our system and our body. It lays over here somewhere, and and that goes the whole thing goes all the way to the heart. What I say, goes all the way to the heart, and all the way down to the sexual organs also. With this whole process, far more complicated than I explained here, your body will generate more energy. So, what I told it in one of my other videos, I think it was with the heartbreak, and there I also said that falling in love is essential for a human being, because when that happens, you get this bonding hormone coming up, and it processes a lot of good things for a human being. Yeah. Especially when the love is answered to, then it's a very beautiful thing to have in your life. It does a lot for your body. Positive things. Yeah. To go further on the developing of intuition, we have researched, scientists have researched the fact how to make soldiers survive their battlefields much better. So they developed methods to measure the workings of intuition on the battlefield. My cat is going crazy. So in order to develop those intuitions of the soldiers, they created threatening virtual simulations, which simulate pressure in combat. It's a kind of pressure in combat situations that are high, and they would learn to act on base of their intuition much better on the high pressured situations in battlefield. So according to Dr. Orloff, scientists also believe that intuition operates through the entire right side of the brain. Scientists also believe that intuition operates through the entire right side of the brain, the brain's hippocampus, and through our gut. Yeah, we have brains here, we have a brain in our heart, but we also have a brain in our gut. Where our neurons, there are most of the time also a brain. So scientists also have shown that women, are more intuitive than men. Yes. And basically we have superpowers. We have superpowers and are actually optimized for rapid intuitive decision making. Yeah. Well, I think that part will also be happening when the pituitary gland will work together with the pineal gland. But that's an whole different story. But the most of the time, the pituitary gland works together with the pineal gland. So our corpus callosum, the connective white matter that connects our left and right brain together. They say it like the left and right brain hemispheres together. Those are hemispheres. That connective matter is thicker than that from man. So therefore, this more substantial brain superhighway gives us women better and faster abilities to access each hemisphere, and we can integrate our emotions and gut feelings with the more logical left hemisphere into our decision-making process. We women are more in touch with our emotions, given more cultural permission to be this way. We are more likely to integrate hunches, emotional hints about people, and logic. Yeah. Men have thinner corpus callosum. Men have thinner corpus callosum. Oh, I hate this camera thing. They more are compartmentalized in their thinking and less about to move back and forward. Yeah, from intuition to logic. So I think men are indeed from Mars and women are from Venus. What came to my mind is that intuition can be compared with what the Chinese culture has called Tao, the path. Lao Tzu is a philosopher. The path is like a great womb. She is empty and essentially one. Although all things stem from the Tao, it doesn't just give birth to all things. When it is done, it remains in some sense present in every individual being as energy or force. Remember that I said the life force, the divine, higher frequency. And that is not static but in constant move and motion, encouraging every being inwardly to develop and grow in a certain way, a way that corresponds to its true nature. Yes, that's why we should go with the flow. Let things happen, and your intuition will navigate you anywhere, everywhere you go. That's that higher divine energy frequency.